Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Powerstroke Rescue. I believe this is episode 3, I think. I'm not really sure which episode number we're on right now. Kind of end up just filming a bunch while we're working, and then I'm going to get through editing and all that stuff so you guys can join in this process. So where we're at today, I want to bring you kind of a quick project update and kind of show you where we're at and where we're going with this. So this is the truck. We tore it down in the last episode, and we found really deep scoring from coolant sitting in the engine cylinders. So the block is savable. This is 100% rebuildable, but the cost to rebuild it is greater than it cost me to buy another used engine. So behind me, right here, we have another used engine that I bought for less than the labor cost on machining my original block. So what we're doing today is we're pulling the old short block out and we're putting in the new, it's a running complete. It's basically a straight pull. So it has an engine harness on it. It's got the whole accessory drive, the fan shroud. The only thing it's missing is a couple of glow plugs because the guy wanted to see if they'd fit in his skid steer. I don't know why you'd do that, but anyway, he did. So effectively, we're pulling the short block out. We're putting that one in. If that one runs, then we're going to go ahead and tear it all down, do head studs, do all the things to make it a reliable truck. We're going to fix all the common oil leaks, stuff like that. So what we're doing today is we're verifying injector operation on the new motor as well as bottom end integrity. So that's kind of where we're at and where we're going. As you can see, it's the early morning here in Arizona, and it's a little chilly this morning, but chilly for me is 45, so it's not really that cold, but it feels a little chilly because I'm used to Arizona. Anyways, all that being said, let's get going, and we'll see if we can get this thing done today.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Okay, so now the engine is out of the truck. You can see the transmission is just kind of hanging out right there. We've got that yellow bar is in there to support the tranny so that it can't fall. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the forklift and we're going to pick up the front of this truck and we're going to wheel it over there, which is our wash bay here. And then I'm going to pressure wash out the whole of this engine bay because it is really dirty, really nasty. And what better time to clean it when there's not an engine in it? So back over there, you can see we've got our short block we pulled out. That's the motor that's going into it after we clean it. So right now, we're going to wheel this thing over and clean it up.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song. And you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving.
Okay, so before we put the engine in, we want to pump the old fuel out of the fuel tank because the fuel that's been in there has been in there for like 4, 5, 6, I don't know, a lot of years, and it's no good anymore. It smells like varnish and it's nasty stuff. So we need to pump it out. I have a contraption back here, which is basically just a pigtail that plugs into the fuel pump so that I can command it on, and we'll just pump the fuel out of the tank using the factory fuel pump and call it a day. But we found out what I think might have been the original problem with this vehicle, and that is that the fuel pump is not functioning at all. So plug it in, doesn't make any noise, doesn't push any volume of fuel, doesn't build any pressure. So conveniently, I also have, that's the one that came out of the truck, and then I have a known good one over here that I've been using as just a transfer pump around the shop. So I'm going to swap that one in just to get this thing running, and once the truck is running, maybe we'll put in a new Ford fuel pump, but for the time being, we got to do that. So this kind of puts us back a little bit. I'm not sure if the motor's going to go in today. I've got a limited amount of time to work on this project today. I've got a birthday party for my daughter that I got to get to, so I'm going to do what we can and keep moving. All right, so with the new fuel pump installed, we've got it hooked up to a jump pack, and it is pumping fuel. So we're going to pump the tank dry. I've got 10 gallons of fresh fuel that we're going to put in the tank, and then we'll pump that through until we get good clean fuel coming out the front, and then we'll go ahead and put the engine in. Right now, we're going to prep the engine while this tank is pumping because it doesn't really need to be monitored, and we're going to prep the engine for installation. So we're going to get it rigged up on the forklift and all that stuff. And with any luck, I got a buddy that's coming down, and hopefully he'll give me a hand getting this thing stabbed. Otherwise, it's going to take a long time just by myself. So. A little bit of a snag with the downpipe not being aligned where it should be, and we got the engine in to a certain point, and we were kind of at a conundrum, you could say, and so we had to take the transmission crossmember out so we could fish the downpipe out of the vehicle, get the engine back in, put the two pieces together, and then fish the downpipe back up. It's just this giant mess. I wouldn't wish it on any of you guys. The moral of the story is pull the stupid turbo off this thing before you stab it. I'm lazy and I didn't want to do it. So anyways, but pull the turbo and it'll save you a ton. Alrighty, and that wraps up this video for today. The engine is stabbed. It is bolted to the transmission. There's a few little giblets that we still got to hook up, but it is almost ready to fire. We are out of time for today, so we're going to have to do another episode of Powerstroke Rescue. So stay tuned for that one. Subscribe if you haven't already. You're going to want to see it. I'm excited. We're going to test fire this thing in the next video, and I'm very excited to see it. If you're seeing this video and it's more than a couple weeks old, check the description below. There'll be a link to the next video, and I'll also put the link right there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in the next video.